Today in this video we are going to discuss about sign of the quadratic expression. So the quadratic expression ax square plus bx plus c. So to decide its sign we are going to use the quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. By using the discriminant of this equation and the coefficient of x square term in the given expression. By using these two values we are going to decide the sign of the quadratic expression. So totally 3 cases will come in this based on the discriminant. So first statement, theorem 1 is, if the roots of the ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0 are imaginary. Imaginary means in the sense complex numbers. Then for all x belongs to R, ax square plus bx plus c and a have the same sign. Means here by using the discriminant we are going to find the nature of the roots of ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. If that nature of the roots is imaginary, imaginary means complex numbers, conjugate complex numbers, then ax square plus bx plus c and the quotient of x square means a. These two have the same sign. So this is the first theorem. To prove this, first we can consider the roots of the given quadratic equation. That expression we need to consider it as equation ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. So b square minus 4ac, discriminant value is less than 0. Why? Because in the given information itself it is given. Roots are imaginary for the quadratic equation. Means discriminant b square minus 4ac is less than 0. So here we can write this value as 4ac minus b square is greater than 0. We can multiply minus on both sides of the inequalities. We can get 4ac minus b square greater than 0. Now consider the given quadratic expression ax square plus bx plus c. This equation now, this expression we can take a value common from this. So a into x square plus b by a into x plus c by a. So this a value we are taking to left hand side means ax square plus bx plus c by a equal to x square plus b by a into x plus c by a. Now this one on the right hand side of this expression, we can convert it as perfect square. To do like that, we are multiplying, dividing 2 for this x term. 2 into b by 2a into x plus b by 2a whole square term. We need to add and we need to subtract. Plus c by a. So now this expression we can write as x plus b by 2a whole square minus b square by 4a square plus c by a. By doing LCM here, the value will be x plus b by 2a whole square plus 4ac minus b square by 4a square. If you are observing in this expression, the first term is x plus b by 2a whole square. Means it is definitely a positive value. Why? Because squares is always positive. Similarly, we are considering the second term means denominator is 4a square is there. 4a square in the sense we can write as 2a whole square. So that is also positive. As well as the numerator 4ac minus b square. This is also positive. Why? Because we got the relation. Here the roots are imaginary means we can get 4ac minus b square value is greater than 0. So by using that relation, here we can do that numerator and denominator both are positive. Means this entire term will be a positive term. Means 4ac minus b square by 4a square is a positive term. So these two are positive. Means sum of these two terms is also a positive number. So by using this we can write as ax square plus bx plus c by a is greater than 0. So the expression value when we are dividing with a is always greater than 0. In this again we can establish a relation. Here this is also a division. Numerator and denominator is there. ax square plus bx plus c by a is always greater than 0 means if we are considering it as either the numerator and denominator both are positive or both are negative also we can consider. So that's why we can write this relation. For all x belongs to R, ax square plus bx plus c and a have the same sign. If these two values are having the same sign means then only the relation ax square plus bx plus c by a will be greater than 0. So this is the first case, means the theorem 1. If the roots of ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0 are imaginary, then for all x belongs to R, the expression ax square plus bx plus c and its x square coefficient a have the same sign. By using this, you can decide the sign of the quadratic expression in case of roots are imaginary. Now the second case, if roots are real and equal and it is not equal to minus b by 2a, then ax square plus bx plus c and a will have the same sign. So here this is the second case in discriminant value. Roots are real and equal. So here we can prove that this statement. So first one, consider this ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0 equation. Roots are real and equal in the sense delta equal to 0, discriminant value. So b square minus 4ac is equal to 0. We can write it as 4ac minus b square is also equal to 0. Now consider the quadratic expression ax square plus bx plus c. So this expression we can take a value common and we can write as x square plus b by a into x plus c by a. In this left hand side, this a we can take to right hand side. So this a value in the right hand side we can take to left hand side. So we can write it as ax square plus bx plus c by a equal to x square plus b by a into x plus c by a. And similarly here also we can do the perfect square. So we can write it as x square plus 2 into b by 2a into x plus by adding and subtracting b by 2a whole square term plus c by a. Here we can write it as perfect square x plus b by 2a whole square plus 4ac minus b square by 4a square. Now in these two terms we can observe that first term is a perfect square, so it is positive. Next second term is 4ac minus b square by 4a square. In this denominator is positive and numerator, while coming to the numerator here 4ac minus b square value got 0. Why? Because roots are real and equal. So this discriminant value is equal to 0. So this entire term will become 0. Now we can write this value as x plus b by 2a whole square is greater than 0. Why? Because here only one perfect square is there. Square is always positive. So we can write, from this we can write this expression ax square plus bx plus c by a is greater than 0. For all x belongs to real numbers except minus b by 2a. That value is we are taking as here alpha. Means this is the solution for that quadratic equation. When you are substituting this minus b by 2a, that expression value will become 0. Means in the sense not equal to 0. Here we got greater than 0 case. That's why we are not considering the 0 of that polynomial. So this will be the 0 of the polynomial. So that's why we are not considering it. X not equal to minus b by 2a. So we can write this statement now. So statement is again, if the roots of ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0 are real and equal, alpha equal to minus b by 2a, then x belongs to R not equal to alpha, then ax square plus bx plus c and a will have the same sign. So in first case and second case, theorem 1 and theorem 2, in both the cases ax square plus bx plus c and a are having the same sign. Next one is theorem 3, discriminant third case, means roots are real and distinct case. So here that's why we are writing statement is let alpha comma beta be the real roots of ax square plus bx equal to 0. Means two distinct roots we are considering here, and alpha is less than beta, means alpha is a smaller value compared to the beta. Then two cases will come here. So first one is for all x belongs to R, alpha less than x less than beta, means the value of the expression when you are considering in between the two roots alpha and beta. In that case, ax square plus bx plus c and a have opposite sign. And the second case, for all x belongs to R and x less than alpha or x greater than beta, means less than x and greater than beta. We are considering the expression value in between the two value, less than alpha and greater than beta. Then ax square plus bx plus c and a have same sign. So for these two conditions we need to prove. So first one we can consider alpha beta are the roots of the quadratic expression ax square plus b, quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. Then we can write it as ax square plus bx plus c equal to a into x minus alpha into x minus beta. Why? Because both sides we need to equate the quotient of x square term. That's why we are taking the a value common. So that a value you are bringing to the left hand side means then it will become ax square plus bx plus c by a equal to x minus alpha into x minus beta. Right. Now leave like this. Next we are going to prove the first case. In the first case we are considering, suppose x belongs to R and this x value lies in between the two roots alpha and beta, means alpha less than x less than beta. In this case we can consider the relation first one. Alpha is less than x means we can write it as x minus alpha is greater than 0. In the same way, x less than beta means x minus beta is less than 0. So here one value is greater than 0 came, another value is less than 0 came. X minus alpha greater than 0, x minus beta less than 0. So one is positive value and the another one is negative value. When we are multiplying these two values, one positive and one negative value, the overall expression value will become negative. So here you can write x minus alpha into x minus beta is less than 0. One is positive value and another one is negative value. That's why sum of these two is definitely a negative value. Actually starting we are taking this expression x minus alpha into x minus beta equal to ax square plus bx plus c by a. So this one we can replace in place of this x minus alpha into x minus beta. Now the expression is ax square plus bx plus c by a is less than 0. Less than 0 means here we can consider numerator and denominator. Here numerator and denominator are in opposite sign, means either in numerator positive and denominator negative, or in numerator negative and denominator positive. In these two cases definitely the expression, total expression value will become less than 0. So that's why by using that logic we can write as ax square plus bx plus c and a have opposite sign. If numerator is positive, then denominator definitely it will be negative. Otherwise numerator is negative, then definitely denominator will be a positive. So we can write ax square plus bx plus c and a have opposite sign. Similarly in the next case, suppose x belongs to R, x less than alpha less than beta. In the sense, the expression value we are choosing less than both the roots, x less than alpha and less than beta also. In this case, x less than alpha less than 0 means you can take it as x minus alpha is less than 0. X less than alpha means you can take it as x minus alpha less than 0. Similarly, x less than beta means you can take it as x minus beta is also less than 0. Now multiplying these two values, both are negative values here. X minus alpha and x minus beta, both are negative. When you are multiplying these two negative values, somehow product of two negative values will be a positive. So x minus alpha into x minus beta will be greater than 0. Now replace this x minus alpha and x minus beta with this expression ax square plus bx plus c by a. This is also greater than 0. So greater than 0 means again the logic, numerator and denominator both are same sign means then only that expression value will become positive. So that condition you can write here, ax square plus bx plus c and a have same sign. Similarly, one more case also you can consider in this. Suppose x belongs to R and x value we are choosing greater than beta. Greater than beta means in the sense, obviously it is greater than alpha also. Why? Because alpha is less than beta we are taking. So alpha is a smaller value. So the condition, next condition is x greater than beta greater than alpha. In this case, x greater than beta means you can write x minus beta is greater than 0. X greater than alpha means you can write x minus alpha greater than 0. So product of these two values now. X minus alpha into x minus beta greater than 0. Replace the expression value here. The expression value is ax square plus bx plus c by a is greater than 0. Greater than 0 means here also positive came. Positive means both numerator and denominator will have the same sign. Ax square plus bx plus c and a will have the same sign. So by using these two conditions, alpha less than, here these two conditions, one is x less than, alpha less than beta, and another one is x greater than beta greater than alpha. In these two conditions we got the positive value. Means by combining the two, we can write it as for all x belongs to R, x less than alpha or x greater than beta, ax square plus bx plus c and a will have the same sign. So that means the second case also we proved. The second case is, look at this theorem. This first case and second case. First one is alpha less than x less than beta, then ax square plus bx plus c and a have the opposite sign. And the second case, x less than alpha and x greater than beta, ax square plus bx plus c and a will have the same sign. So based on the discriminant and the coefficient of x square, we are going to decide the sign of the quadratic expression. So in these three cases, three theorems is the totally. So in these three theorems, by using these three theorems, we are going to find some quotients. We can do some quotients by practice. So first one is, consider this question. 2x square minus 7x plus 10. This is the expression, given expression. Find the sign of the expression for all x belongs to R. Means when you are choosing the x value from real numbers, then what will be the sign of this expression? So for this, we need to find the discriminant value. If for that expression we are considering it as quadratic equation like, then it will become 0. Then for that equation we are going to find the discriminant value. Discriminant is b square minus 4ac. When you are substituting these values, where b is minus 7, so 49 minus 4 into 2 into 10, we got minus 31. This value is less than 0. Less than 0 means in the sense roots are conjugate complex numbers, or simply we can write imaginary. Roots are conjugate complex numbers. Right. So in the theorems, first theorem we know that ax square plus bx plus c and a have same sign if roots are imaginary. So here a value is, we are observing means that is 2. In this expression a value is 2. So 2 is a positive number. So definitely this expression is also a positive value for all x belongs to R. So we can write it as 2x square minus 7x plus 10 is positive for all x belongs to R. Means we are choosing for any x value. If you are choosing any x value from real numbers, definitely the expression will give a positive value. Next, one more question. 9x square minus 30x plus 25. Find the sign of the expression for all x belongs to R. Here also same thing, find the discriminant value delta. It is b square minus 4ac. So the value will become 900 minus 4 into 9 into 25. It is total value will become 0. Delta equal to 0. Means roots are real and equal. Roots are real and equal. So in this case, we can write it as ax square plus bx plus c and a have the same sign, except it is 0 of polynomial, means minus b by 2a. Minus b by 2a. So we can write this value now. 9x square minus 30x plus 25 is positive for all x belongs to R, except x belongs to minus b by 2a. Here in this expression we are finding out minus b by 2a means this value is minus of minus 30 by 2 into 9 means 18. So we can cancel, means that value will become 5 by 3. So this is the 0 of polynomial value. This is the 0 of polynomial 5 by 3. If we are substituting this 5 by 3 in the given expression, it will become 0. So that's why accept that value in the real numbers. Remaining all values will give positive when you are substituting in the expression 9x square minus 30x plus 25. So this is the example for second case, second theorem. Next, one more question we can do for third theorem. This is the example for third theorem. Right. Question is, find the sign of the expression x square minus 5x plus 6. So here, this is the quadratic equation like you are considering, means then its discriminant value is b square minus 4ac. Substituting means value is 25 minus 4 into 1 into 6. So this value 1 came. Delta is 1. Means this is greater than 0. Roots are real and distinct roots will be there. Why? Because discriminant is positive. So roots are real and distinct. Real and distinct means this is the example for third theorem. Right. Now this expression, this quadratic equation I am taking. X square minus 5x plus 6 equal to 0. We can write it as x minus 2 into x minus 3 equal to 0. Means roots for this quadratic equation is 2 and 3. X equal to 2 comma 3. Right. Now we can write by using the theorem statements. For all 2 less than x less than 3. Means in between the two roots 2 and 3. The expression value will become negative. Why? Because the ax square plus bx plus c expression and the quotient of x square a are in opposite sign. Here we are considering, means this a value is 1. In this expression, a value is 1. 1 is a positive value, means in the sense the expression will be negative. So that's why you can write x square minus 5x plus 6 is negative in the interval 2 comma 3. Means in the sense 2 less than x less than 3. In this interval, the expression value will be negative. Next, similarly, one more. Less than 2. For all x less than 2 and x greater than 3. X square minus 5x plus 6 is positive. This one we are writing from this condition. Ax square plus bx plus c and a are having the same sign. So here x less than 2, when you are choosing the value x from less than 2 or greater than 3, in both these cases the expression value will become positive. So this is the example for third theorem.